Hey everybody, Jeremy Ballsmith at Towne Housing Real Estate. Today we're on another episode of Talk of the Town, and I'm visited by Paul Buttenhoff. He's our Director of Investor Acquisitions and Sales and has been busier than busy these last few months. Paul, how are you?
Good, yeah. Thanks, Jeremy. I'm well.
Awesome.
Things are starting to roll, to your point.
Yeah, it's been a busy summer for you, and you've been integrated into so many projects for new clients, new investors, first-time investors, contracting projects. I mean, tell us how the last few months have gone for you.
Well, it's the role has sort of evolved as we've progressed, I think. And one of the things I came to you a couple of months ago and said is that I'm developing a lot of institutional knowledge about how town housing works from a real estate professional's perspective or a realtor's perspective, how important property management is and how influential it can be in a successful sale. And whether it be a buyer who's new to the market and is looking to buy some sort of property with a value add component that would require construction and maintenance and then ongoing management, or somebody who's looking to expand their portfolio and is just looking for properties that have been managed well over time. There's a lot that goes into it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you've worked with these investors. You've shown them through some of the processes. You've been alongside Ryan, our director of construction and maintenance, working with him and really capturing, how do we give our, customer or investor the best experience. And that's starting to trickle down now to our agents. And I think some of our agents are seeing what you're doing and they're curious on, how does this work and how do they become a part of that? And a couple of them are starting to focus more on investments and starting to do that a little bit.
Yeah, it's great. And I would encourage them to interact early and often with Ryan, maybe Haley, because, they're really the people who, you could walk through a property with and understand the potential values. Yeah. Also the potential, pitfalls. It's like having an inspection without having an inspection contingency to have
all the yellow tape.
Right.
Yeah,
because he can go in and say, oh, you know what, this roof is going to need to be replaced in sooner rather than later. And this plumbing hasn't been done to code. And those weren't things I really noticed before, but I'm starting to notice more now. And they really can make the difference between a successful investment or not.
Yeah.
And then also the opportunity to, for example, one of our clients is buying a 2-unit in BlackRock. And, I thought, well, okay, this can be a 2-unit where we turn one of the apartments into like a duplex. But it turns out, we can easily make a third apartment up there, which is obviously, kind of the golden ring of value add, right? Adding a unit.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
That was exciting. And that was all Ryan. That was Ryan. Yeah.
That's great to see that come together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So reflection's been a big part of, I'd say, this year, probably the last 18 months for me personally. And in reflecting, recently James, former partner, he's gone on to his endeavors and, really uncertain about what's the direction of the company. But we've done a lot. We've got a lot of projects in the works. We have some projects already in motion. And a couple of those really is centered around you in regards to creating lead opportunities and lead generation for yourself and for our agents. And we have several agents on that roster. Calls are coming in, leads are circling, and contracts in motion, it seems. So can you tell us a little bit about how you got it from zero to where we are today?
Well, I mean, it's really, persistence and time on task over time, right? I think, backing out of that for a second, I think you deserve a lot of credit for just immediately, pivoting. So what could have been a potentially dramatic negative impact to a company, a partner leaving, right? A broker of record leaving. We really, I think, just kind of took it on the chin and pivoted and started growing in the opposite direction almost immediately. And so, whereas in the past, James was very influential. I think now you're getting to kind of explore some opportunities that I knew were important to you. One of those was being a source of leads for the agents. So we've made you've made an investment. I guess you've made an investment of your time and money, and I've made an investment of my time in Zillow. So we are now active, I think, in 4 zip codes, a pretty significant monthly spend, I think, for as recently as we've started. We have 4 agents who are all getting, somewhere between 6 and 7 Zillow appointment leads per month. And we are starting to take some of those opportunities to the closing table, which is great. As a matter of fact, we have a weekly meeting, which has been productive. I think agents are willing to be held accountable more when it's somebody else's investment than sometimes even when it's their own, which is interesting. But yeah, it's definitely growing. I think it is probably in a pretty nascent stage at this point. I'm sure we'd like to expand beyond Zillow and into some other platforms, which some other changes we've made will lend themselves to that pretty well.
Bold Trail.
That's right.
And Bold Trail's starting to roll out on the 20th. I know Ryan's been in Bold Trail school nonstop for what seems to be 2 months, and you and Allison have been working through kind of the initial wrinkles and getting comfortable with the program.
Yeah, I think that it is so for people who might not know, Bold Trail is a CRM, customer relationship management / marketing tool / back office.
Brokerage back office. Powerful program.
Yeah. So they offer a full suite of tools. So, your accounting can be processed through there. All of your leads can be captured through there. Your relationships managed. Your ongoing marketing efforts can all be managed through there. And so it is it's a pretty powerful tool, and similar to the investment that Towne has made in generating leads. This is another investment that I think in Towne's prior iteration wasn't possible because I don't think you had alignment necessarily on which direction the brokerage should go in. I think with a single leader comes singular vision, and I think that's probably healthy sometimes, as opposed to having maybe 2 leaders who don't necessarily always see things the same way.
Yeah. And it's not just that too. I've got the vision, the mission in Flex, and we're improving and upgrading that. New website is under construction right now. That ties into our system, which ties into our agents' work. What do you call it? Workday.
Workflow.
Yeah. And I think they all focus in on technology forward. They focus in on creating opportunities, lead generation, marketing. So we're really starting to streamline, and I think our numbers are strong. Numbers are still strong. Last I got yesterday, we're still number 11 in BNR. So, big gap from us to 10, but we're working our way. So we've held our ground strong. And a lot of new things happening in town to support the agents, and I think we've all worked to understand what does the modern agent need, and we're really making strides in playing around with that thought. And I think by next spring we're going to be in an incredible spot. Yeah,
I think more and more we're acting as a team, in place of a team for an agent. Why do agents join teams? They join for leads. They join for administrative support. They join for some accountability, and they typically will join. Well, ultimately they'll join because they'll be better off. And the reasons that they're better off are the 4 I just mentioned. And so Towne, for the first time, I think, is providing those things. And again, it's very new, and it's being rolled out, I think, in a very kind of cautious manner, which is, I think, wise. Because of the investment that's, and the risk of being potentially mishandled. But slowly and steadily, we're adding a lot, and I think agents are going to feel it more and more.
Yeah. So last question, as we go into fall and winter, and what are you looking most forward to this winter, or what projects are you working on? it seems you've caught the wave of investor work, which never stops.
Yeah.
But like, what's one thing you're looking forward to closing out between now and like next March or April?
Oh boy. Well, I mean, I just think I want to definitely add more consistent repeat and referral business. So a lot of these investors are, they're not cashing out of the real estate business. So if somebody's selling something, it's usually because they're looking for other opportunities. Likewise, those that are buying, if they've made money, they're going to buy again, right? Success repeats success. So just, I think, getting all of our systems in place so that we have a solid foundation for continued growth. I think the last time we sat here, we didn't have any of the things we were talking about up and running, and now we do, right?
I think they were ideas.
Big change, yeah. In a short amount of time.
90 days ago, they were all ideas, and now they're in motion.
Yeah, I think maybe we had just started with Zillow, but that was about it, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for all that you do. Excited to have you, and appreciate the update, and looking forward to what's next.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you.